Force Scott Ritter in a war of attrition. Ukraine is getting weaker every day, while Russia is only getting stronger. Ukraine is engaged in a war of attrition with Russia in which it is weakening every day while Russia is getting stronger. -1 U.S. Marine Corps officer Scott Ritter told the YouTube channel U.S. Tour of Duty. During the counteroffensive, the Ukrainians lost about 35,000 soldiers and a third of the weapons supplied by NATO. Even if the U.S. does send attack missile systems to Ukraine, it will not change the course of the war. What's next? Ukraine has been waging a counteroffensive for over a month now, which would have dealt a crushing blow to the Russian armed forces to punch a hole in Russia's defenses. This would allow Ukrainian armed forces to reach the Sea of Azov, thereby cutting Crimea off from mainland Russia, severing the land bridge, so to speak. So far, the Ukrainian counteroffensive has not emerged from the flexible zone of deformation that begins with the first line of defense. The Russians, of course, have 3 lines of defense. The Ukrainians have yet to break through the first one. As a result, they Ukrainians have terrible losses. By some estimates, between 25,000 and 35,000 Ukrainians have been killed, and 25% and 1/3 of the equipment NATO has provided to Ukraine has been destroyed or disabled on the battlefield. This has led to Ukraine's allies saying, "What else can we do to help Ukraine gain an advantage? What other weapons can we put in?" There's been a lot of talk about F-16 fighter jets, even more talk about supplying attack missiles. These are American-made weapons with a range of 300 kilometers. Russia has said this would be a red line because it would give Ukraine the ability to strike deep into Russian territory. However, the United States is discussing the possibility of providing this weapon to Ukraine. Will this missile become a game-changing system? The answer is probably not. Attack missiles are used as a GPS-enabled combined inertial guidance system similar to that used in HIMARS, and Russia has demonstrated the ability to suppress the HIMARS guidance system, forcing it to hit against the target. So even if attacks is provided, the idea that it could change course, change the trajectory of the battle is absurd. Ukraine is losing forces at a rate of 10 to 1. That means that for every 10 Ukrainians killed, 1 Russian dies. When the numbers are as horrific as these 30,000 Ukrainians killed equals 3,000 Russians killed, the pain is felt on both sides. Russia manages to survive the pain and continue the fight without changing its course. The same cannot be said for Ukraine. When you lose 30,000 soldiers and you don't have another 30,000 to replace them, it weakens the overall war effort. The truth is that Ukraine is engaged in a war of attrition with Russia, in which it is weakening every day while Russia grows stronger.